Well, we're excited to get back out here tomorrow for our final home game of the year. Obviously, this will be senior night for several different people in our program. I got them listed out here, so don't forget anybody. Nate Johnson, obviously. Paul Scruggs, Spencer Cody, Ramon Singh, Zach Sweetie. Our managers, Evan Beretta, Andrew Lieb, Brendan Ross, and Jack Westendorf. Hopefully the fans come out, be nice and loud, give our guys a huge round of applause. From our managers to our walk-ons to our scholarship players, man, they all have given incredible effort. We're very appreciative of everything they've done for our program. Certain guys have been here longer than others. Seems like Paul Scruggs has been here forever. But we're very appreciative of all their efforts and everything that they've put into this program. Georgetown, I told our guys, listen, don't look at the record. I watched the Seton Hall game. I've watched it now 3 times. It was a game they played 2 nights ago. And Georgetown, they had a chance to win the game. They were right there. A missed layup, missed block out on a free throw. Otherwise, I think they win the ball game at Seton Hall. And I got a lot of respect for Seton Hall and how good they are. Also have had several other very, very close games. Again, Coach Ewing has them playing their best basketball. You could tell he's kept the group together. He's kept them positive through the adversity that they've been through this year. They're led by Dante Harris, who's a sophomore point guard who led their team last year in the Big East tournament at Madison Square Garden to a Big East championship. He's as dynamic as any point guard in our league. Very athletic, very creative, very shifty. Then they have Donald Carey, who's their leading scorer. Second year he's been there. He was a transfer, came in from Siena. 6'5" shooter, shoots over 40% from 3, can really score the ball as well. They brought in a grad transfer named Caden Rice, who I believe set the Georgetown single-season record for three-point field goals made. He's a prolific shooter. He comes off the bench for them. He's an elite-level shooter. He's a game-changer for them. He's 6'7". They'll play him at the 4 and the 3. And then Aminu Muhammad, who was a McDonald's All-American level recruit, top 10 player in the country. He's one of the better freshmen in the entire country. He's physical, he's tough, plays hard, rebounds, draws a lot of fouls. So listen, we're going to have our hands full. They're very talented. They can really score the ball. They can play fast. They can shoot the ball. They offensive rebound really well. They're a big team. So we're going to have our hands full. But again, it's like I told our guys, after the St. John's loss, it's going to be more about us. Can we get ourselves right? And I think the only way you can get yourself out of adversity is you got to continue to believe and trust in each other and stay positive. And that's what we're doing. And again, we're going to have a great day of practice here today, getting ourselves ready for Georgetown.
Travis, against St. John's, obviously a big game. A lot of people throw out, must-win scenarios and things like that. Do you think that factored in at all to some of the issues offensively? Like, do you feel like guys were maybe pressing a little bit or wanted, just shots to fall too bad? Because I think you started 3 for 23, and it didn't really get a lot better as the game went on.
7 of those were layups, too, like within 3 feet of the rim. Listen, I don't think so. And again, we're going to play loose. I don't want our guys to tighten up at all. Enjoy the moment. It's like I told them, don't worry about the future. Don't worry about the past. Enjoy the present. Enjoy the process. Enjoy playing with one another on this team, playing for each other. We just couldn't get them to fall. And again, give St. John's credit. Listen, they beat us, they played well. All right, so, but we got to be able to finish a little bit better around the rim, and we'd like to see a couple of those shots go down as well that we had some good looks at. So, but there's some things we definitely got to clean up as well, Adam, that we didn't execute as well in that game, and that again, you learn from it though. It's a lesson, right? Continue to get better. Again, I don't think that was a must-win. Well, every game's a must-win. Let's put it that way. That's the way we approach it, man. We play to win. There's no moral victories. But we're going to move on. We're going to pick ourselves up off the mat very quickly. And like I said, we got a very talented Georgetown team in here tomorrow.
How did Nate and his knee sort of hold up in his return to live action? Yeah,
I think pretty well. He's sore, and I think that's to be expected, though. It's not it wasn't like, whoa, why is it sore? He knew that kind of going into it, that it was probably going to feel that way. He asked to come out of the game there towards the end because he said, man, it's kind of hurting him a little bit. Again, he knows his body. Listen, structurally, I'm gonna keep on saying it. He's fine, right? It's a pain tolerance, and it's gonna be sore at times, But I thought overall, I think our doctors and Dave Fluker and Nate were pleased with how it held up during that game.
And you would expect him to be able to continue to play?
Yeah, absolutely. He's as long as, again, God forbid anything would happen today, knock on wood. So, but yes.
And Zach sat most of the second half at St. John's, and I'm just curious. Like, I think I asked you after the game about playing the two big men together, and you didn't really like that look against St. John's, kind of matchup specific. Do you return to that against Georgetown? Is this a matchup where you think the two big guys together will work?
Yeah, I knew this going into both St. John's, both times we played them. Listen, they're a hard matchup for us, in my opinion. And I knew that going in because we like to play two bigs. And they want to play track meet basketball, and they want to play, 4 perimeter players, sometimes 5. At times they'll play 5 perimeter players, and they have the ability to do that. I thought to start the second half, and I've shown all this film to Zach. Zach's seen it all. He's just got to be better. He's got to be there on the catch. Can't eat threes, right? Like, we can't give up rhythm, catch and shoot threes that aren't contested. Guarding a guard's way different than guarding a big man. See, Zach's guarded centers his entire life. He gets thrown into the middle of this season, right, with no reps of guarding on the perimeter. That's hard. All of a sudden, you're asking a guy who's guarded the 5 his entire life to now, hey, you got to go guard guys like Champagnie and Wheeler, Wheeler shoots 42% from 3. He's like a guard, even though he's 6'7", 6'8". And that's been an adjustment. So we even tried to go zone during that segment there at the beginning of the second half, gave up a 3 as well. So it's like, man, we got to get small because they hit 3 threes, I think, in the first 3 minutes of that second half. He's just got to be better defensively. He does on both interior and on the perimeter. He's got to be better, and he will be. He sees it. He knows it. He will get better at it. All right. Do I think we can play back to two bigs? Absolutely. I think there's going to be certain matchups within this game that I really like for us, and Coach Ewing's going to know. I mean, he watches film just like we do, right? But I do think we got to be able to put Zach and Jack out there as much as possible together. That's putting 2 of our more skilled, kind of bigger guys out there, which I think is a good look for Xavier.
And you mentioned it's senior night tomorrow, and Paul has obviously done a ton for this program. He is coming off of a rough game at St. John's, and I'm just curious, what's that conversation like with him going into the last home game of his Xavier career?
Number one, man, have fun with it. Play hard. I mean, leave it all out there. No regrets. It's the last time you get to go play in the Centos Center. Last time you get to wear that Xavier jersey here in the Centos Center, man. Like, embrace it. Enjoy it. It's been a long process for him. He didn't play well last game, but it is what it is. You move on. He's got to do what the game tells him to do. I don't want him to force. Just trust his teammates, but have fun, compete, and let's go get this win. That's all that matters at the end of the day.
And one guy that you didn't mention for senior night is Ben. And I'm not sure, does that mean that he's planning on coming back? Does he have eligibility left?
So Ben technically has another year, due to COVID, with the COVID year. And he's graduated, so we let him go to the radio show, right? Because he's getting his degree here this spring, which is awesome. He's done a tremendous job academically. Sarah Noss has done a great job with him as well, kind of mapping out. She's our academic advisor. She probably doesn't get enough credits at times, but she's done a great job mapping out how to get him his degree in the short period of time that he's been here at Xavier. So, again, he has another year. So we didn't want to go through senior night technically, but I did want him to be on the radio show. Listen, he might have a future career too. He killed it at the radio show. I mean, absolutely. He's got a huge personality. He did a great job.
They seem to be able to score at will, and they score 3 by 3. How do you control the tempo here? You've got home court advantage, and
Yeah, I think we got to be able to play inside out, Andy. We got to be able to get the ball into Jack. We got to get the ball into Zach. I think that'll help slow the game down. They want to play fast. They want to be up tempo. They can shoot the ball. Like Caden Rice is the most prolific shooter in our league. He's 6'7", 6'8". He comes off the bench, but you got to treat him like a starter. I mean, he'll hit 6 threes before you know it. And then you got obviously Donald Carey, who's an elite level shooter, shoots over 40 from 3 as well. And then you got Dante Harris out there, man. I'm telling you, he's like a version. I'm not saying he's Allen Iverson, but he's kind of in that mold style of player, right? And he is just an absolute blur. Lives in the paint. He's as talented as any point guard in our league. I mean, he can get anywhere he wants with the ball. So they got a lot of different guys. They space you out too, Andy. They try to play 4-around-1. And at times, and what they've been doing here recent, and I thought this really helped them at the end of the Seton Hall game. They've been going to like what Golden State Warriors call their death lineup, right, which is a small ball where they go Draymond Green at the 5. They've actually been going Aminu Muhammad at the 5 at times and trying to play really small and really space you out. They've done that a little bit as well. So, and I think that's been really effective for them. So they got a lot of different guys that can score. They're talented. Listen, and he's done Coach Ewing's done a great job of keeping his group together, staying positive, like I said, through the adversity that they faced this year. They're playing their best basketball, and we know that. So they need to get Xavier's best shot tomorrow.
It seems that 6'6", 6'7" guys who catch and shoot from 3, they probably Wheeler gives everybody trouble. Coburn, people like that. How do you defend that better?
Yeah, we got to be there on the catch. You have to, and that's part of the playing 2 bigs, right? That's what we have to figure out. And how can we do that? Because I think that's putting 2 of our better players on the floor at the same time from an offensive standpoint and rebounding standpoint. But, we have to be able to defend the 3. We can't just eat 3s constantly out there. Because you think about the game before, it was Trey Jackson, right? I think he maybe hit 5 or 6 threes. I think it was 5. But you cannot give up 3s and just catch and shoot 3s. Now, if they're contested, like I thought whose was it? It was DeJuan on Coburn in the second half. Heavily contested 3. Yeah. We missed a wide open 3, then they made it 3, and that's what stretched it from 3 points to 6 points at that stretch late in the game at the 8-minute mark. It was a heavily contested. Again, we'll live with the contested 3s. Again, you got to play the odds, but you can't give up uncontested 3s.
There seems to be a pattern in this bad stretch here where it's the last war of the first half and it bleeds over to the first war of the second. And it was 24-all, I think, St. John's, and then there was the media break, and then boom, and then they lengthened it to 10 in that first war of the second.
Yeah, 6 war. Yeah, they've been stretching out their lead, and that's where our defense. You think about it, we gave up 3 threes in the first 3 minutes of that war. You can't do that. And I thought they were all pretty open. I mean, I thought they were pretty open 3s, and we can't give up uncontested 3s. Awesome. Thanks, guys.